On this 2010 to 2015 Honda Civic with the 1.8 gas engine, P0720 points to the output shaft, or countershaft, speed sensor circuit. In plain language, the ECM or PCM may not be seeing the speed signal it expects from that sensor circuit. The vehicle may have speed signal-related drivability or shift concerns, and the possible fault areas can include the sensor, its connector and wiring, or the ECM side of the circuit. Before testing, save the captured data and any on-board snapshot information. Then start with the basic checks so you know whether this is a hard fault or an intermittent connection issue. Start the engine and hold it at 3,000 RPM with no load in neutral until the radiator fan comes on. Then let it idle. After that, test drive the vehicle for several minutes and watch C-shaft SPD in the HDS data list. If vehicle speed is shown there, treat this as intermittent for now. The system is okay at this moment, so concentrate on poor connections or loose terminals at the output shaft speed sensor and the ECM. If no vehicle speed is indicated, move into circuit testing. With the ignition switch in lock 0, disconnect the output shaft speed sensor 3P connector. Turn the ignition switch on Roman 2, then measure voltage on the VCC1 circuit from terminal No. 3, the YEL/RED wire to body ground. You are looking for about 5.0 V. If that voltage is present, the VCC1 wire is okay and you continue to the NC circuit check. If it is not present, repair the open in the VCC1 wire between the sensor 3P connector and ECM connector C23. Then verify the repair. Next, with the ignition still on Roman 2 and the sensor connector still disconnected, measure the NC circuit at terminal No. 2, the BLK/WHT wire to body ground. Again, the question is whether you have about 5.0 V. If you do, go check the SG1 side. If you do not, go after the NC circuit for a short or open. For the SG1 check, measure between terminal No. 1, the GRN/WHT wire and terminal No. 3, the YEL/RED wire at the disconnected output shaft speed sensor connector. The expected result is about 5.0 V. If that reading is present, the SG1 wire is okay, and the next repair is to replace the output shaft speed sensor, then verify the repair. If that reading is not present, repair the open in the SG1 wire between ECM connector C24 and the output shaft speed sensor. Then verify the repair. If the NC circuit did not show the expected voltage, turn the ignition switch back to lock 0. Jump the SCS line with the HDS, disconnect ECM connector B, the 49P connector, and check continuity from ECM connector B terminal No. 48, the BLK/WHT wire to body ground. If there is continuity, repair the short in the NC wire between the rocker arm oil pressure switch and the ECM at B48, then verify the repair. If there is no continuity, the NC wire is not shorted, so continue with the open check. With the ignition still in lock 0, the output shaft speed sensor connector disconnected, and ECM connector B disconnected, check the NC wire between sensor connector terminal No. 2 and ECM connector B terminal No. 48. If continuity is present, the NC wire is okay. At that point, update the ECM if it does not have the latest software or substitute a known good ECM, then verify the repair. If continuity is not present, repair the open in the NC wire between ECM B48 and the output shaft speed sensor. Then verify the repair. For verification, reconnect all connectors, turn the ignition switch on Roman 2, reset the ECM with the HDS, and perform the ECM idle learn. Then test drive under the monitor conditions. X sensor 1 above 176 degrees F 80 degrees C. Transmission in fifth, engine speed between 2,003, 000 RPM, drive for several minutes, then decelerate with the throttle fully closed for 8 seconds. After that, check for pending or confirmed DTCs with the HDS. If P0720 is still indicated, recheck for poor connections or loose terminals at the output shaft speed sensor and the ECM. If the ECM was updated, substitute a known good ECM and recheck. If the ECM was substituted, go back and start the diagnostic path again. If P0720 is not indicated, troubleshooting is complete. If a known good ECM was substituted, replace the original ECM. If any other pending or confirmed codes are present, handle those separately by their own diagnostic path. The takeaway: prove the sensor feed, signal, and ground side before condemning anything, and keep verification separate from testing. For more diagnostic training, visit Diagnostics.com.